She did it again. She did it again. She did it again. Beyonce. You did it again, sis. You did it again, mama. You did it again. Hi, doll babes. Welcome back to another video. You're back again. Wow. You really care about it, girl. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We are back with more shenanigans. All right. So today we are going to be talking about foundation. All right. And the different types of foundations, what they do for the skin, the price range. So let's get into that. But before we get into it, like the other YouTube girls say, like, comment, share, subscribe. So let's say you are new into makeup and you're like, Shatara, foundation? What do you mean? It's so many out there, and going into Sephora, Ulta, any other makeup place, anywhere with makeup can be quite overwhelming on what to do, where to go, especially if you have different types of skin. And depending on your pocketbook, what your account say, can depend on what type of foundation you have. Now, I'm going to show you the various foundations I have from least expensive to most expensive. And then we're going to go from there, okay? First, I'm going to show you the foundations I do have, and we're going to go about price range, and then we'll dive into everything else. So let's go ahead and get to it, okay? Okay, dolls, we're going to go from least expensive to most expensive, okay? Starting off with e.l.f., okay? This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Foundation. According to Madam Google, she retails for $14 at Ulta, okay? So this is my least expensive foundation. This is how she comes out in the little, like, very large stick to apply her with, okay? So that is what she looks like coming directly out of the bottle. So once again, my cheapest foundation I have is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, correct. My least expensive retailing at $14, right? Next up, coming in hot, is going to be the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. Say that 5 times fast. So this is my next most expensive foundation. According to Madam Google, she is $23, okay? $23 also from Ulta. I got her in Ulta as well. I do have the powder. She was $18, if I'm not mistaken. I'll make sure I put what the right one is. But $23 for the liquid foundation, and then $18 for the powder. This is my favorite foundation, and we'll get into why later. This is my favorite foundation, and I have shade Tanzania, okay? And also for the Halo foundation for e.l.f., I have shade 6. Shade 6 Tan Deep. That's where I fall on the spectrum. Shade 6 Tan Deep. Coming in as my third most expensive foundations, if you even want to call these foundations, but these are going to be the Fenty Ease Skin Tinting foundations, okay? They're technically moisturizers, but I wear them like foundations. So these both retail for $36 each. Once again, got these from Ulta, and I'm in a shade 21 in both. So, you know, stick form, here it is. You can roll it up, and there's a lot of product for it to be in for $36. All of that is usable product. All of that is usable product. Oh, how'd it go? It's crazy. I'm nowhere near that. I've had this for quite a few months as well. Oh, wait a minute now. We're getting a little crazy. Okay, all right now. Okay. Still want to use her. Ooh, there we go, child. got no nuts on me for a second. And then, of course, we have the actual liquid form. This is my second one of these. I've used it so much, especially during the summertime. I live in Houston. Okay? You're not gonna have me out here sweating my face off. We're gonna we're gonna get into it. Eavesdrop, $36. My next expensive ones. Coming up at the top of the list for my most expensive foundation is going to be from Miss NARS herself. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. She retails at 52 Black American dollars. Huh? 52 of them things. Ask me how many times I've worn this. I'm just saying. 52. Now, great formula, great foundation. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You don't have to spend a lot of money on your foundation to get the look you want. You need to leave. Hey, I'm just saying. Okay, so let's discuss why I have chosen these specific foundations. All of these are going to be considered some type of hydrating foundation. The Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation is a hydrating foundation, and so is the Halo Glow liquid one, and I'm pretty sure the Juvia's Place one is as well. I do that because I have oily skin. Now, common misconception for my new dolls going into makeup. You may think I need to be using a mattifying primer, a mattifying foundation to help with that oil production. En contraire, mon frere, it's actually the opposite. So since your skin is producing oil more than we would actually want it to be, if you put on something that's mattifying, what that's going to do is cause your skin to overproduce oil. Science. So what you want to do is use a hydrating primer like, now technically I think this one's a little bit mattifying, but I still love it. The Secure the Blur, I love it for oily skin. Also, Hydro Grip from Milk. These are really great primers for oily skin. I'm choosing one size all day, every day as my best primer. I just am. I haven't been using it for super duper long, but I've gotten really great results off of using this. So if I'm choosing Secure the Blur from Patrick and them over at One Size. Like I said, I'm gonna keep talking about One Size and Patrick and them until Patrick know who I am, or some of the girls over at One Size. I don't know. I'm just saying, great products. I'm going to rant and rave about them all day long. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. It is what it is. So once again, if you have oily skin, using mattifying products are not gonna be your friend. It's going to cause you to overproduce oil, and then your looks are going to crack hours sooner than you would want them to if you were using a hydrating primer and a hydrating foundation to put the hydration back into your skin to help you produce oil slower, because your skin is what? Hydrated. You're following me. You're getting it. You're getting it. So yes, that is what I use. And that's why if you have oily skin, you should be using hydrating products only. Only. Okay, so we've talked about price range, all right? And like I've mentioned, you don't have to spend $50, $60, $70, $80 on a foundation to get an amazing look. This foundation is $23, and it is my favorite. It doesn't cause me to overproduce oil because it hydrates my skin. I'm pretty sure it's hydrating. It lasts long. It's a great product. This is the best shade match to my skin I have gotten. And since I last checked, it's a Black-owned company. So that's also great too. It's sold in Ulta. You can also get it offline. I would absolutely recommend you going into Ulta so that they can shade match you. Okay, I'm just saying. But this is my best foundation. She's a great foundation too. She's a great foundation too. These girls are great foundations too. Okay, but as it pertains to bang for my buck, it's Miss Thing right here. It's Miss Thing. Up and down, all around. Come on, difference work. I'm just saying. She's it for me. For price range and for how it just lays so smoothly on my face. Hands down. Hands down. Now, this is for when I'm going for a more full coverage look, all right? If I'm going more full coverage on my skin, or for my makeup look, I'm using this, or I'm going in with this, okay? This is what I'm using to be able to do that, because they are more full coverage foundations. Whereas if I'm going for a more skin look, I'm using my skin tints. Now, these are buildable products. These are buildable products to give you more of that light to medium coverage. Now, when we talk about coverage, because whenever I was first learning on YouTube and girls talking about, oh, light coverage, medium coverage, full coverage, I never saw anyone talk about what that meant. So I'm over here guessing. I'm over here throwing caution to the wind. Act like I know what I'm talking about. Act like I know what they're saying, but I don't. And that's okay. Light coverage is meaning I want more, I want my look to look like it's more like my skin, okay? I'm not going to prom. This is not my wedding, you know? This is my day-to-day look. This is my office look. This is me wanting to get cute to go out with cocktails with my friends. That's what I think light coverage means. Medium coverage, brunch with the girls on a spring or summer day. Okay? I still want to look like myself. I still wanted to kind of give skin, but maybe I want to cover up some of these blemishes I have. Maybe, you know, some of these craters I got from bad acne when I was going through puberty. Maybe I want to cover up some of those scars. Maybe I want to do that. Okay? That's what I think about when I think medium coverage. When I think full coverage, I'm going out because this is my birthday dinner. This is my wedding. This is prom. Going out on the town with the girls. We're going to be in a section, sitting inside. I'm not going to be sweating. But I want to give va va voom, beat to the God. Yes, mama, Miss God. That's what I think when I think full coverage. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm also going to show you on the face what that means as well. Okay. So for my auditory learners, hopefully that helped you. For my visual dollies, I got some for you too. Before I show you all what light versus full coverage looks like, which I'm going to do on one side and the other side of my face, let's talk about applying your foundation. You can apply your foundation in several ways. For example, the skin tint can be done with your fingers. You can dab on the fingers. Now, I don't do that when it comes to my skin tint. With my skin tint, I always use a beauty blender, okay? So I'm going to use a beauty blender whenever I'm using my skin tint. Now, when I'm going in with my liquid foundation, so when I'm going in with my Juvia's Place, I'm using an actual foundation brush. Now, I was against this for a while until my best friend explained it to me. I'm using less product, but I'm able to cover more real estate as if I'm using a beauty blender that's sucking the product into the sponge, okay? If I'm using my skin tint, regardless of if I'm using my stick or if I'm using my liquid form, I'm going to use a beauty blender. Once again, this is going to be light to possibly medium coverage. I don't need to be beating the face down with it. This is a little bit of coverage just to kind of cover up a couple things, just to look like smoother skin. Whereas if I'm going in with my liquid foundation, I'm going to be going in with a brush. I'm going to be covering more, okay? So let's get into this application so that I can show you the difference between light and full coverage. Okay, let's start with light coverage, okay? So I'm going to go in with my Fenty Skin Tint, all right? The stick form, I really love the stick form. I really do, I really do. So I made this a little crazy. You know what? Why not? So I'm gonna draw a line down my face so you can, so that y'all can know what side's which, okay? So bear with me. Here we go. I'm wasting the goods. All right. Going all the way back, okay. And then down here. Okay, so I drew a line down my face. So I want you all to understand, oh, that's kind of straight. Sort of, maybe, we'll take it. So this side will be the light coverage, this side will be the full coverage, all right? So I want y'all to get the gist of what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna move this camera. All right, got y'all all up in my grill now. Still gonna use the stick form of Fenty because I do love it. And once again, I really like how light it is. So I'm gonna go on with just as much as I would put on one side of my face. So that would look like 1, 2, 3, line across the forehead, 1 dot here, so on the chin and the nose, okay? So that is literally all I use. That is all I use when I'm going in with my skin tint. That's it. I'm gonna do a little right there. That's it. So once again, this is my light coverage. It's not me trying to get va voom. I'm not going to nobody party. And then I simply tap it in. Tap it in softly, okay? The product is going to move how it needs to move. It's picking up on the sponge and it's going to move where it needs to go. So I'm just gonna come around here. I'm gonna get under this eye, the side of this nose. I'm gonna get as close to my line as possible without doing too much. Okay. Make sure that's all blended out. I do have scars under my chin, or on my chin, whichever one it is, due to PCOS and growing chin hair, which I am currently getting lasered off. And I love it. I love it, but here we go. So that is my light coverage. You can still see like marks on the face, you know, but it's kind of just evening out my skin tone. That's what I believe skin tint is for. Just kind of even things out, you know? So you can see that difference from one side to the other. So this is my natural skin, always glowing, period. And then here is the side with the skin tint, okay? See how that skin tone is just evened out. So here are the differences. Okay. Now, let's go in with the liquid foundation. Now, I'm not gonna do a lot because obviously I'm only doing half the face. So we're not gonna put too much on the brush, all right? So just a taste. And honestly, you don't need that much. I mean, you may need that much. I don't know what your prerogative is. I know what mine is. And like I've said before, my go-to is always like to medium coverage. Only time I'm doing full coverage is if I want to do a full down va-va-voom beat because it's my birthday or a friend's birthday and they told me to show up with it on, okay? So what I do is I dab it. I'm going to dab it. What is it? Dab it. And then I'm just going to let it do its thing on the face. Once again, this Juvia's Place foundation is probably my best match to my skin. This is the one that's the closest for me. I'm gonna do a little bit more because I really want y'all to get into this full coverage fantasy, okay? I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to see it and believe it, okay? Side of the nose. Gonna come up towards the top. Blend all that out. This with the full coverage is really erasing things. It's really taking things to a different level. You know, it's hiding a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to like my chin and stuff. It's really hiding those scars down there and really just getting her out of there. All right. You can even see at the bottom. This side with the skin tint, you can still see a lot of those scars on the chin. Whereas this side, a lot of that's gone. It's gone, honey. Gone, girl. Gone, girl. So here we go. Light coverage. You can still see a lot of the marks on my face. Dimples, craters from acne scars from puberty, moles, things like that, discoloration in the skin. Whereas this side, smoothed out. Smoothed out, honey. Completely smoothed out. And that's really just the difference between. Now, obviously there's going to be a difference in color in a sense because the skin tint works for a lot of shades, whereas you know, the foundation for Juvia's Place is going to more so match certain skin tones. It's, you know, a more finite scale, which is why it matches so well. I'm going to put on my powder too. So just so y'all really get the full effect on the side of the face. Because if I was doing a full look, I would also be putting powder on my face to finish it up, okay? So here go my powder brush, and we just gone. This helps, I feel like, smooth things out. For real, even after I put it on. Come in with this powder, girl, and she gets her right together. So once again, all that is smoothed out. That is, I feel like, a stark difference from just the blemishes you can see, the skin demarcations you can see, and this side where everything is smooth. Everything is one shade. Even for my acne marks here across the chin, due to my hormonal issues, blended out, Pookie. Blended out. So that's what you have to decide whenever you are deciding what type of foundation to get, or whenever you are looking at what you want to do for a certain look whenever you're going out. You know, it's totally up to you. Now, as an oily girl who lives in the South year round, spring, fall, I'll do more full coverage looks. So spring, fall, I don't mind using this more often. Even if I'm going to be outside, I don't mind using these more often, just because I know it's okay. You know, I'm going to be, my skin's going to last. My face is going to last. Summer in Houston, we hit record highs last year. Record highs. I think all of August we were in over 100 degrees. We were melting like the Wicked Witch, honey. I'm melting. Oh, what a world. Melting. So I'm going to be using these. I'm going to be using skin tints. I can still build on these to get light to medium coverage, or even full coverage if you really, if you really go in. You can get a full coverage look with these if you wanted to. You know, that's not the intention. But after you buy it, girl, do what you want with it. So you can still build with these. So I still may want to do a look where I may highlight and contour, but don't necessarily want to go in with a thick old full coverage old foundation. You don't have to do that. You can use a skin tint of your choice. These just have to be the skin tints that I have. Other brands have other skin tints, you know? So you can get whatever skin tints you want. These are just the ones I use because I love them so much. But yes, whenever it comes to foundation, you can build and go in with, you know, for more fuller coverage, or you can keep it on the light or medium side. You know, that's totally up to you, whatever you want to do for your look. But like I said, when I was first learning about foundation, people were talking about full light medium coverage, and I had no idea. I also thought that I had to get expensive foundations to be able to obtain a certain look, and that's just not the case. I'm here to tell you it's not the case. You don't have to have that big old budget to do that. You don't. And you can still achieve the look that you want. I'm just saying. Also, when it comes to the items that you use for your makeup looks, like the brushes and things, they don't have to be expensive brushes. My beauty blenders are off of Amazon. Okay, this flat foundation brush is from one of those, I think Miss A's. It's like those $1, $2 makeup stores that be in the mall, that be in the outlet malls. That's where I got this from. This foundation brush is from a pack of brushes that ColourPop actually sent me last year. So you don't have to, you know, get too crazy with it. I do enjoy the brushes that ColourPop sent me. They're really good. I've used this brush as my powder brush for a very long time. It's very fluffy. You know, I feel like it distributes the product very well. I'm a huge fan of ColourPop. I'm going to rant and rave, honestly, about 4 brands on my YouTube page, and I'm going to say it every single time. NYX, ColourPop, Fenty, One Size. I'm going to rant and rave about them. My best products come from those 4 brands, period. That's it. So those 4 brands, call me. Because I'm going to keep saying nice things. As long as y'all still keep making these products, I'm going to keep saying nice things. And that's it. Please feel free in the comments or even in my Instagram or TikTok DMs. Feel free to ask me any questions that you have about foundation, especially if you have oily skin. I'm an oily skin girl, like I will continue to say. So once again, hydrating products are going to always be your friend. If you need any advice on foundations that you're looking at, pricing for them, tools to use, let me know. I will put in the description box all of the products that I mentioned today and their links as well if you need the information. But I hope I was able to give you a nice guide on foundation today. But once again, I appreciate you for watching my video today, and there'll be more to come soon. Have a great day. Be kind to yourself. Bye. Mwah.